Typically, most people know it from like circus shows like Cirque du Soleil. And I like to tell people when they don't know what aerial silks is, the ribbons in the air, that's what it is. It's not actually ribbons, but it's what most people know them as. My name is Dana Chan, currently 29 years old. I'm known as an aerialist, coach, and friend.
My name is Charlotte Tong. I am 33 years old and I am an aerialist.
My name is Cindy Lan and I am 29 years old. I would like to be identified as an aerialist or an aerial instructor.
An aerialist is, I would say it has quite a wide definition. Anyone from a beginner student to a professional performer could be an aerialist. I think it's quite an inclusive term. So basically, if you're interested in being in the air on an apparatus, you could probably count yourself as an aerialist. It's a big part of my life. I started as a student, got addicted, and then started teaching. And now we're here opening our own studio. So hopefully, for the long term, I'll be owning a studio, working on running the studio.
All right, so this is an aerial hammock, or also known as aerial sling. It's tied at the top of the fabric, the two ends, and it's hung up at whatever height I want. Typically, if you switch the rigging, so you tie the loop, and then you have the tails hanging, it's called a aerial silks. And then for the sling, sometimes you can do stretches on it, and that's typically aerial yoga. For aerial hammock, which is what I call it, we typically have a mat under and we do more tricks. So both our feet are off the air, sometimes we're spinning, doing drops and other dynamic things.
I started off coaching in 2017, and funny enough and nerdy enough, my favorite part of coaching is actually getting the younger students to learn about physics and getting the older and adult students to fall in love with getting the accomplishment of achieving something, because aerial is hard and they might feel frustrated at first, but through practice and through techniques, they're able to get the skill that they couldn't get maybe weeks ago. We usually have this mentality that, oh, if something looks smooth and looks pretty, it's probably pretty easy, because we do need to be having the strength to pull ourselves up as a bare minimum. And depending on what skills you do, you might need the flexibilities, and also sometimes you need to have the mental capability to kind of work your way around the material.
Passion for me comes from conquering a new challenge. I feel like in aerials there's always another thing to learn, another skill to master, so it's almost never ending.
I think I often forget where I started because I'm always just looking ahead at what I want to do. And so sometimes we're so caught up with like the next big thing, we forget that like that used to be a struggle. And now it's just our warm-up. It's amazing how far I've come, but at the same time, the part of me is always trying to look ahead and trying to be like, what's the next thing I can try and do?